Okay, good morning, students. Hope you're here well and ready to do some work. The time is running. We are almost there. Almost time for the exam. I would have sent you the final draft of a copy of the timetable. Did anybody see that?
Yes, sir.
Mm-hmm. So, somebody went ahead and posted the wrong date in the group, and I corrected the individual. Didn't tell the date, the actual date, because I don't give students date of timetables of the exams, because I don't want anybody to say I was the one who told them the wrong date, but the date that was posted in the group was the incorrect date. So I'm going to say this to you. Please do not depend on what somebody says in the group, the date of the exam. Check on your exam day for yourself. Because if you miss the exam, you can't say, Mr. Shandy tell us that the exam is going to be on the 10th or the 12th of August. Because Mr. Shan can say categorically, as a general rule, I do not give students dates for the exam. Not even when I know it, I don't. Because if I give you the correct date and you go use the incorrect date, you're going to say, Mr. Shan told me. So you'll never find that happen with me. I did it once, gave the student the correct information, and the student said something contrary to what I said. And from that day, years ago, I don't do that again. So please, the date that was posted in the group by the student, that's the incorrect date. Check the timetable for yourselves. I should be sending you these timetables, but I send them to you. The timetable is on the website as well. So you have the information, two places. Please do not miss your exam date and time. All right. So I recognize every week I have. Go Amoyo.
Morning again.
Mhm.
Is the exam face to face at main campus or online?
All right. So the exam is going to be face to face. As a general rule of thumb, as a general rule of thumb, all associate degree exams are on the main campus, and the bachelor's exams are on the Eureka campus. As a general rule of thumb, what I'm going to ask you to do, Maya, is to check with the assessment services unit to find out from them where the exam is going to be administered, main campus or Eureka. But as a general rule, generally, what they have done, the, the lower level courses, the associate degrees, the certificates, the diplomas, whatever else in CTVED are all held on the main campus, and the bachelor's courses are held on the Eureka campus. I'm not sure if it's because it's summer and you have less courses being offered in the summer. They're going to put all the exams on the main campus. That would sound plausible to me. I do not know. Just check with them for me, please. And then you can let me know for my purpose. Are there any other questions?
Okay, sir. Thanks.
No problem, dearest. Any
Oh,
other
sir, one
question?
more question, sir.
Go ahead.
As for me, sir,
Mm-hmm.
I actually finished everything, as in all
Mm-hmm.
courses apart from the maths thing,
Mm-hmm.
because I found out late that I failed 2 and 3, and I'm doing 3 now. So how do I go about doing 2 coming September, whenever? Because that's what holding me back. from getting my papers.
All right. Are you planning on doing the bachelor's?
I'm not sure as yet.
Okay. If you're doing the bachelor's, you can get into the bachelor's come September, carrying the foundation concept too. So if you're going to do the bachelor's, I would say don't sit down and wait until the foundation two come. Don't waste that time. Start the bachelor's. The truth is, foundation concept two is a second semester course. We may have, and I'm saying may in cautiously, we may have a class for the first semester. But what has been happening to me in semester one, when I had a high failure rate in foundation concept one, I requested to do a fast track with the students in semester two. When the information went down to CCCJ, me I'll write exam paper, and send off to them, The man them say, them can't facilitate it. All right, fast forward to summer semester. That was in semester two. Fast forward to summer semester. When the foundation concept two grades weren't so pretty either, I spoke to them. Can we have a fast track? The man them say, the rate at which things going, students have to pay for the course first before we do the stuff. No, only a few students went ahead and paid for the course because they are not going to start the course before payments came in. So only a few students went and paid for it. And as a result of that, that course, the foundation concept two, didn't come off at all. So I am saying this to say to you, Mario, cautiously, I am saying to you that there may be a foundation concept two course in the first semester, but if not, it is definitely on for the second semester. Now, I wouldn't support you sitting down until the second semester just to do a math course. That don't make no sense. That don't make
True,
no
sir,
sense.
because my time almost expire. And then them say me feel it, yet still them now put it up on the system that me can see how or what, what grade me get or what letter or whatever. Me can't see it either.
Do me a favor, speak to your head of department on the matter. But if you can start the bachelor's, if you can start you and I guess can talk off here, but if you are going to consider starting the bachelor's, because by the time you finish the foundation concept two, you'd have finished 1 year of the bachelor's already. So try to consider doing the bachelor's, because the truth of the matter is associate degree alone are just one wing, and bird can't fly upon one wing, so you need the bachelor's. So consider doing that, and then you and I can talk off here, on as it relates to that matter in particular. I will try and find out. I'll try and find out if something can go on. All right. Any other question? I have an observation. Oh Lord, it's still not responding now. I have an observation. Less and less people joining in on a Saturday morning. Less and less people joining on a Saturday morning. It's not a problem for me, because whether or not I am tired or not up to it, I am always here. I'm always here. Let me just check something here. I had a student who sent me a message to say, "Sir, I'm in your class." I said, "No, you're not." The student said, "Yes, sir, I'm in your class." I said, "No, you're not. I've never seen you in my class before." But when I went on area and I recognized that the student is fully registered, but has never attended my class. The student attended the class for the for the mid semester. I mean, I went and put the student on like at the ninth hour. I say, you know what? Let it not be said that I never put it on. So I put on the student, and the student did the mid semester for the foundation. So we had about 2 weeks ago, 2 Saturdays ago, and I looked carefully last week, didn't see the student, and I'm looking now and I'm not seeing the student. There's no activity going on Educasoft. And let me tell you what is going to happen. Your exam is going to be on that particular day. I have a Calculus 2 exam. 2 days after that, I have less students in the Calculus 2 class. So I'm going to match out those papers first. And then I'm going to match out your paper after. Let me tell you, before August is done, all being well, and when God's willing, I'll be finished marking your papers. So those of you who will sit down and think that, sir, I forgot give me the time to finish off because media work or me did this or me did that, you have a next guest coming. You have a next guest coming. I still have way too many pieces outstanding. To this day, there are students in the class that have not started. And as I look into my participants list, I can identify 2 such students in the class now that are yet to move. It's unacceptable. It is unacceptable. We can one pass a course and not put in the work. Prayer without works is dead. So it don't even make sense to pray for honor. The ones that are not doing anything that is. Because I will waste my prayer. Because the Bible says, "No pray for honor and then don't put in the work. Honor still will fail." Because prayer without the work going in is dead. I don't know what else to do. But I think me going to feel guilty. The recordings will always be here to say that sir has been encouraging you. There are 2 students in the class now. 2. One of them start one piece. Why is he not responding? One of them, zilch, nothing. Nothing. Why are you here? Is a question that I need to ask. You come to class and you don't do week after week after week. You know, if you did one piece a week, you'd have gone about 13 pieces now or 12 pieces. Nothing at all. Can't be right. Can't be good. I really cannot be in support. And I don't know what is. I can't sugarcoat it because I will not be true to self. I will not be true to self. And if you want, you can go say my session is an unnice teacher. That is fine. But don't end the statement there. Tell them why I'm unnice. I'm unnice because I'm cussing me out, because I don't do my schoolwork. No, man, they can't do this, man. This is unacceptable. This is oh, I'm seeing 3 students now. 3 of you. I'm just double checking on something. It's when men on earth have done their best, angels in heaven can't do better. I want you to learn that phrase. When men on earth have done their best, Angels in heaven cannot do better, but it has to be your best. It has to be your best. Angels in heaven can't do better. Finally, let me show you how these things cause footprints that will linger with you for the rest of your lives. There are times there are times when, for whatever reason, you want to get a status letter or a letter of recommendation, promotion, new job, you'll go to embassy, whatever the situation is, you want a letter of recommendation. And then make the request through Student Affairs. Student Affairs will say, you know what? The student could have done math. Let me touch base with Mr. Shand. Or the student could have done these number of courses. Hold on one minute, please. Let me touch base with a few of these lecturers, especially if the registrar does not know the student personally, and the registrar will have to sign the letter. What the registrar does is to touch base with as many of the lecturers. So they look at the Aaron system and say, oh, Mr. Shan taught the student Foundation 3, Mr. Riley taught them accounts, such and such and such and so on. The registrar will send an email or will call or send a WhatsApp just to get an idea as to the student. No, I try my very best not to tell a lie. So if me know say you were one very lazy student in my class, I'm not going to say, oh, excellent student. No, I'm going to speak the truth. I'm going to speak the truth. So a lot of you don't recognize that you are leaving footprints behind. And I'm not saying that you have to be bright, because I've written recommendations for students who are not bright necessarily. But then try. Then try. There's a difference. Some of you are not trying. But what to do? Um, what to do? I'll leave it right there. I try to motivate you all on a Saturday morning. Sometimes I cuss them out, and that's perfectly fine. And there are times I say, you know what? Let me use a soft coercion and motivate them. I still love you, don't get me wrong. Still love you, but I'm just disappointed. Because say for example, Amaya married and have 3 kidney. And Amaya come to school and Amaya joke herself. But Amaya is killing her 3 kidney. You're not doing your work in school, you're not doing your work in school. And Amaya herself now do the work in school. That is hypocritical. You don't have the right to talk to my nephew and my niece. Because you're not doing anything either. Come on, man. Come on. Don't tell me about work. Don't tell me about home life. Don't tell me about your personal life. Don't tell me about church. Don't tell me about not other than something there. Because every one of us inside here have the same variables to work with, and the rest of us are working. All right. My system is unresponsive. What I want to do for you, just remind me. I hope I did. I think I did. Um, did you receive the workout from last Saturday's class on the distant time graph from me? Anybody, somebody?
No, sir. I think would it take a picture diet, something like that?
So you don't receive anything from me at all?
No, sir.
Lord have mercy. Lord have mercy. Because my computer not responding. Mm, I did it. I created a file. Oh no, my computer not responding at all. Unable to join this meeting. Oh, it's me. Log out. I heard when somebody left the meeting, you know. You may not recognize me. Mm. I heard when the notification came in on my phone. And I was like, who left my class? Abigail just came back on. All right, so I was in the class twice, and no longer here. Um, let me try and reconnect here. I have the stuff for you. I actually did do it. I don't know why I never sent it off. Let me see if I can find the document in the meantime. I did do it. That much I know as a fact. Mm. All right, what I want to do for class today, is more you going to do the work than me. I'm going to send you, oh Lord, nothing is responding. I'm going to send you the document um, that we worked on last week. And I did say to the students who were here last week that I wasn't going to send the document because I recognize that a number of students have stopped coming to class. And I wasn't going to send my notes to them in the WhatsApp group. And then I did say that, you know what, I'm going to send it, but I'm going to say something to you. I'm going to give you work in class today. Let's see if I have it here. And whatever work I do in class today, I'm not posting it in the group because people have a responsibility of being in my class. Only those who would have sent me a message to say, sir, I am unable to come to class today, I will send them personally a copy of my notes. Outside of that, I'm not sharing it with the general group. I don't think some of you guys are purposeful or purpose driven. So I'm going to send you this one. The system is really acting up. I wonder if I should shut down and am I back in the class again? Let me see. With the other device. No, I'm not. All right. All right, do me a favor. Yeah, I did the thing from the 7th. When was the 7th? I did the thing from the 7th at 9:10 p.m. And I didn't send it off. Let me try and get back into this class. Okay, so I'm back in now. Mm, oh Lord. It is completely. It worked okay last night as well. One minute, please. Alright, guys, the system is back up, but I'm trying to attach the. Oh Lord, what is happening? I'm trying to attach the. Oh Lord, it's not responding again, guys. I was trying to attach the solution to last week's question that I did in class, but it's. System is not, it's completely not responding. So I'm still here. Just give me a few seconds, send it off, because what I'm going to do is just send you another question so you can work on that for me. In the meantime, I'm going to try and fix it up. This one comes. Nothing is responding, not even the. Are you hearing me, class? I don't know if.
Repeat what you said, sir.
Okay, okay, you are hearing me. There's just that I can't. All right. It's not working out at all.
Good morning, sir. Did I miss anything?
I received not really just the encouragement to complete the work, but you are not a part of that because you are working. Um, I want you to finish off your stuff now, though, but um,
Yes, sir. Working on it. Had a really busy week, So I didn't have time to. I would have reached much further, but I didn't have
yeah,
much time this week.
but I know you're moving, so what I would have spoken to the class about really wouldn't be for you.
Okay, sir.
No, no problem. I'm just trying to send off the work. I had prepared a document for you from the 7th, whichever day the 7th was last week. But I didn't send it off, so I'm trying to send it off. I just sent it. It I didn't send it off last week. I apologize for that. I had prepared it, but I guess I got distracted somewhat. And even though I know I was going to send it off because students not coming to class, but I did promise that I was going to send off that one. Today's one, no, I will ask you to work on it because I won't necessarily send out today's stuff because students must come to class. Them can't sit down and just not come to class. If you have a difficulty, I have no problem. Say to me, sir, I can't make it to class. I can reach out to you. That's fine. But when you don't say nothing to me, none at all, I don't come to class and I don't see that class for weeks upon weeks. Now an issue. All right. So I want you to look through that for me, and then I'm going to generate another question for you and and ask you to work on it in class for me. So look through that in the meantime. By the way, have you seen it WhatsApp just now?
Yes, sir.
All
Something
right.
came.
Right. So look through that for me. That's a solution. I think it has both question and solution. And one of the things you'll see is that the questions will look very similar in nature. So I want you to look at it, and I'm gonna generate another question for you to send off in less than 5 minutes. All right. So go and look through that for me. I soon come. Are there any questions to what I would have had there? No, yeah. Mhm. All right, I'm not sure if you guys are hearing me. I was trying to come in earlier to find out if you guys are all right, and I didn't hear a response. Can you respond to me whether or not you're seeing this question, please?
I'm hearing you now, sir.
All right. I just generated another quick one. You will see the wording out to be pretty much the same. I just generate some stuff, change up some figures. Can you start working on this question for me, please? Thank you.
Sir, I texted you.
Okay. Are you guys okay and working on the thing? Hello, are you guys hearing me? Are you guys okay?
Yes, sir, working.
Yes, sir, working on it.
Anybody finish yet?
Finish, sir.
Very nice. Very nice. Anybody else?
Not yet, sir. Still working.
What section are you at?
I'm at 4.
At 4, sir.
Okay, good job. Okay, 2 more minutes before I start doing the solutions. 2 more minutes, and then I start the solutions. Hurry up, please. All right, I am ready. I am ready, like Freddy. Ready, like Freddy. And I'm going to project a distance time graph, and I want you to tell me if you are in support of the one that I have, or you have a different one. Are you in support of that?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Nice. Anybody else?
Sir.
Good job. Is there someone in the class who has something that is different from what I have here? I'm going to give you an opportunity to speak now because there's sure so one other question that come on the exam. 3 and 3, 6 and 3, 9, 5, 14, 15, 16 marks. You're about anywhere between 10 and 15 marks. Ira, you gotta pay attention to it. Tako dede.
Wait, sir, question.
Mhm.
Will you get this document right? Cause I kinda have something similar. I don't have the entire correct thing, but I want to see the document when you finish for know what I'm really go wrong.
You received the other document that I sent this week, that I sent today.
Yeah, yes, sir.
So look on that and work. That's what I asked you to do. Look on that one and work on this.
Yeah, I did, but I want the document if you know what I'm go wrong.
I'm gonna go through it in the class. Me not send out the document, you know. I'm not sending out this document because you're
So
a
you can
student.
send it to us personally.
I think about that one. I look and see who came to my class and stayed here for more than an hour and send to them.
Okay.
Mhm. All right. So it then now asks us to calculate. So okay. So before I move into part 2, we're okay with this diagram. We think we can pick the 3 marks here, so
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
nice.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Perfect.
sir.
Good job. Then now it's a calculate the acceleration in kilometers per hour. Rockstone in kilometers per hour squared during the first 6 minutes. That can't work because the question is in minutes and the answer to calculate in hours squared. How we do that?
Sir, we divide the 40 kilometers per hour by the 6 minutes over 60.
Okay.
6 minutes over 60.
Somebody was paying attention. Somebody was paying. Good job.
400. Yeah.
But guess what now? If you tell me 400 alone, that is off 1 mark.
Kilometer per
Per hour.
Hour
hour
square.
square.
Yes. Anybody who just give me 400, I will say big up on a good self. But me I take off 1 mark because me want me units. All right, very nice. Everybody in the class sees that. Is there someone in the class that didn't see it? Is there someone in the class needs a little bit more explanation or explaining to? Or just a little bit more working on? What is it? Talk to me.
All right, sir, remind me again how we get the 0. How we arrive to the 40 minus the 0.
The 0 in the question?
Yeah.
Okay.
In the answer.
In the answer. All right. Hold on, then I'll try to go. The one here?
Yes, sir.
All right, cool. So remember, we're finding this slope. This is the acceleration and this is the slope we're finding.
Right.
when you-
Oh, so
so-
0.0.
Right. So what we do, it's going to be y2 minus y1, which is 40 minus 0 over x2, which is this 6 minus x1. So in order to find the displacement here, you're subtracting the highest point from the lowest point,
Lowest point.
and then the highest point from the lowest point. And then somebody in the class will say, then sir, you couldn't just, since you know says 0 right, you say, couldn't just write down 40 over 60. It is really 40 over 60. But when I get to the other question now, you're going to see how that becomes very useful. So that's where we get the 0 here. It's the highest point minus the lowest point. So we can know this total displacement here. Because let me tell you what is happening, Claudia. The question could come in a way where them say, they never start at 0. Them start at
Right.
5. Ah,
Right.
so it have to be 40 minus 5. You see what I say?
Right. Yes,
Yeah,
sir.
man. Yeah, man. So that's why. Very good. What's the answer for the let me see the question now. The deceleration in the last 3 minutes.
800 kilometers per
800
hour.
kilometers per hour.
I
Negative.
got minus 800
Sorry,
kilometers.
minus.
No. Uno gwe. The first two of uno wrong. Claudia and Race.
Sorry,
Uno
sir.
Yes.
Uno
And a
wrong.
racing,
No.
you know, sir. And a racing.
Oh.
Racing, get it
Ah,
right.
Tiffany, sir. Sorry, sir.
No, Tiffany. Me no want no sir from you, Claudia. Me no want no sir from you. Know what that mean? Me the extra bowl of chicken foot soup from the two of you. Racing, and you alone will get the full marks. All right. Now remember, you have to put the negative sign here. Very good. I'm happy that you got the 800 because it says to me that the working out is correct. But remember, there is no negative sign in the question at all. You're only attaching the negative sign to show that it is a what?
Deceleration.
A deceleration. Yes, man. So if you don't put it as a deceleration, it means that it is going to be an acceleration. So you have to put it there to show that it's a deceleration. All right? Very good,
Yes,
though.
sir.
Wow. You guys are making me feel like we did do some work. The total distance covered in kilometers.
I got
Or
6.3.
6.33 kilometer per hour.
Where you get, Claudia?
Ah, sir, I never quite finished work out that one yet.
I mean, I think I'm right, 6.33, not sound right at all.
Sir, how
So,
come?
But
In
kind of
average,
get
no.
3 kilometers.
Kilometers, sir.
No.
Me get 6 and a third.
Sir,
How
how
many
that?
Oh, that.
I same thing.
At the same thing, dog. At the same thing where you ask me, oh, that at the same
Sir.
thing.
I try trick way.
Very nice. So you see, easy 5 marks. So now gone 5 and 3, 8 and 3, 11 marks, I know.
So hold on there, you know me, I'm right at the end, tell me if you have to count the marks. I have the kilometer with the age.
No, not 8 for the day. The 8 them cancel out.
Okay.
Sir, may
I
have
would-
the age too.
No, man, not 8 supposed to be there. All right, let's just go back to the question at part 4. Part 4 says the total distance covered in kilometers for the journey. So it's a distance. Distance is only in kilometers. Let me show you how the H is in cancel out. The height is in what? What is the height in?
Hours.
The 40 is what?
30 hours.
The kilometer, the kilometer
good.
per.
So 40 was a kilometer per hour. Kilometer per hour. And what is the 5 plus the 6? The 5 and the 14 is in what?
Minutes.
Minutes.
All right, I'm gonna convert the minutes. Where you get?
Minutes.
Say
Sir,
hours,
you get hours. Yes.
right?
Mhm.
Don't you talk to me if you not agree with me? Tell me, you know.
Sir.
Okay. Let's see. I'm just typing something here to show you. what it looks like. All right, so look at it, you know, the 40 is in kilometers per hour. And all of this here, so is in hours. When I divide it by 60, up here says in minutes, but the mere fact that I'm dividing it by 60, let me just put an H here. The mere fact that I divided it by 60, hold on. The mere fact that I'm divided by 60 means that I'm converting this 5 plus 14, which is in minutes, divided by 60, I'm converting to hours. So the unit for this one here is hours. Can you agree with that?
Yes, sir.
Good. And the 40 we know is in kilometers per hour. All right, so we'll come down here now. We use this half to multiply this 40 to give it 20. So you get 20 kilometers per hour. And then kilometers / hour is the same thing as kilometers over hours. Talk truth.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Right.
They cancel
And then the
out.
2 hours, the 2 hours them cancel out. Yeah. So we go just left with kilometers alone. Boom.
Okay.
We so bright. Yeah. But no. What do you get for the last answer, anybody?
27.30 kilometers per hour.
All right.
27 kilometers
27,
per hour.
sir.
Round it off.
27 kilometers per hour.
27. All right, I think I done something wrong right here. So,
So,
okay.
sir,
Yes, honey.
so like how me have the 0.13, it would have wrong 0.13.
Yeah.
Yeah, Kaya for run it off.
Because it's a round your answer to the nearest whole number.
All right, never read that part.
You hear she say a while ago? You hear she go say right a while ago?
Sir.
Oh Jesus, Lord, I thank you. All right. Yeah, but that's what it is that you have to do. So remember, you have to be very careful with the instruction. So the instruction say round off. You can get that.
But sir, to be honest, you know, if I was trying to do it from memory, and I only got up to, and I only went up to 3 with the deceleration. When I reached the total distance, I never remember anything. So
And guess what? You reach far, because remember, it says only this month I sent out the document to you. So by next week, God's willing, you should be fully there. You should be fully there. So I'm proud. I'm proud of you. Please, I want you to all be at this point. You are getting there. You are getting there. You are getting there. I'm going to take about a 5 minutes break because I want to generate another one for you. I want to generate another one. The more you do, the more comfortable you'll feel about it. I want to generate another one. So give me 5 minutes, please. All right, I'm muting. By the way, are there any questions before that?
Sir, can I go back to 4 for a minute, please? The last one. Question.
I'm at 4.
No question.
The question. See there, the total distance covered in kilometers per hour for the entire journey.
Sir, based on observation over the period of time that I'm at school, right? Normally the questions that we practice in class, when we reach exam, it look totally different.
It don't
True,
company for true.
I want, so what I want you to do is just
Complicated.
teach us the exam questions, what the exam questions look like, so we can, you
When
know,
you
get
go
a
in the
feel of
exam,
that.
your brain get all tangled up for true, sir.
On point.
Let me put on my
Sir,
best
speechless.
face. Me put on my racing. Say it one more time.
Sir, speechless.
Me look on your racing. Racing, me look on you. Say it one more time, racing.
Sir, but I tell you, me will practice for the examiner ready. Now I'm going to the question, look for him.
True,
Amaya, come out of it. I make racing alone talk because it's racing alone.
True,
Have a problem.
sir.
Leave me alone, Amaya. Tiffy, it's true.
Something.
Yes, sir, it's true.
You know the rest of them. No,
So
it
me
not
want
true.
the exam practice then.
Ah, jeez, no.
Sir, we want pass, you know. We want pass.
No, but mash me up, man. All right, do me a favor. If you do what it is that you're supposed to do, you're good to go, you know. But promise you, if you do what you're supposed to do, you're good to go.
You
man,
could have
I just
practiced
start
till thy
pressing them, man.
kingdom come.
Promise me, if you look at this and you work on these, the winner of the exam just say, blow a choose or talk about. I promise you.
Sir, only way I'm sure about that is if you are right the paper.
True,
Exactly.
true.
You know, Jesus, I pray that he made us give Racing an A, so she'll come out to the class, Lord, because she's mashing me up too much, Lord. Amen.
Please, sir, I really need to pass. I'm a last semester.
Yeah, man, you'll pass, man. You'll pass. All right, again, generate another one, and you should be all right? So again, generate some come. I heard somebody asking one day this week for past papers, and I saw one coming. Anybody seen any of this question on the past paper? That past paper that came in? Let me see if I can find it myself. Wanna answer me now?
What you said, sir?
I'm saying somebody was asking for past paper questions. One day this week, so I'm asking if any of you, if you saw any of these questions on the paper.
No, sir.
What year paper was posted to the group?
I think it was 2019. I was the one who sent it and I didn't see that question on it.
Oh, okay. All right. 2019. That's a long time paper still, you know, 2019.
Sir, you not seen a recent one in the library?
You know, part of the problem, I was trying to find, one myself to extract the question from it so that all of Uno who just attacked me a while ago, I could have shown and said, boy, boom, so one question look like it here, but not seeing it myself. But it will, let me see now.
Sir, if
Yes,
you,
ma'am.
the lecturer, should request past papers, they're gonna give you more than one because I emailed them for one and I didn't get it up to now, you know. And the last time I had requested for another course, they only sent me one past paper. They would, if you request it, they get a variety, so you can send it from the so we can practice.
If I request a paper, they might tell me say, "Feel go and look online and request my own paper." So I don't go through that route at all. All right. I'm gonna see if I can find some questions. I'm gonna try. I'm gonna see if I can find some questions on this past paper question, so you can see say something like them will come. I want to touch on something. I was just looking at another paper and all right, so seeing that we're talking about exams, let me just backtrack a little. I'm expecting a full question on transformational geometry. A full question on transformational. Some of you did very well on the mid-semester. I would hope that the rest of you by now would have gone through the topic and would have mastered it. Similar to what we got on the mid-semester exam, is something like that what we get on the final paper for 20 marks. It may not be the same thing, I mean the same question, but for sure it would include the different laws that I gave you. You know, when you're reflecting the x-axis, when you're reflecting the y-axis, what happens when you are rotating, what happens when it is that you're doing translating, etc., etc. Study those rules. I promise you, if you study the rules, you are good to go. It's a promise. I am not going to be leading you down a path that will cause destruction for you. And it doesn't matter if it's me said the exam paper. What matters is that I'm following the syllabus. So anybody who is setting the exam paper, don't follow the syllabus and put something that is not there. Remember me tell you I am on recording. Remember me tell you that question is not going to be marked towards the final paper. Because if it's not on the syllabus, CCCJ will have to prorate your exam paper. All right? I am going to cover the syllabus. That's why I want you to finish off EDICAL. So in case I'm in any problems, I can say, all right, look at this on EDICAL, so forth and so on. All right? So we know it will come. So those 20 marks, you can say, up 20 marks, put on for me already for the exam. And then you can get, I quite frankly believe, you can get one more of those questions that we just did a while ago, for about 15 marks. I'm serious. I feel it that you can get one of those questions again for 15 marks. The ones like we did last week and today. Practice upon them today, right? So in a my headspace, 20 both 15, we call that 35, right? So you're gonna have another 25 more marks to get. And then now the big topics are out of the way now. I got some little topics, some little filler topics that I remember we did do completing the squares and the vertex form from long time. I expect some questions on that. So I have about 2 more areas to look on, we don't know. And of the 2 areas, I want to look on one of them. Now. I don't think I'm going to get, say, I did promise, 2 sets of papers. One I sent off with the transformational geometry, and there's another paper that I wanted to send off so I can go and look through. I'm making off any paper now. And I feel so one of those questions will come. I mean, I won't teach a topic, but I want to give you the paper to read beforehand. Do me a favor, I'm going to do one other area with you now. And you would have already covered it on EDICAL. So I'm going to use the premise that you've covered it on EDICAL and just go through some questions with you. No. What was I going to say to the Lord? Yes, I want somebody to send me a gentle reminder. Send me a gentle reminder. The topic is called Circle Theorem. Send me a gentle reminder to look for the Circle Theorem document. I did look for it before, couldn't find it.
So where is the topic is?
Circle Theorem.
Circle theory.
Theorem.
Theorem.
Yeah. I looked for it before and I couldn't find it, but I know I have it because I was the one that put the document, the little handout together. So it's just like I put the handout together for the transformational geometry. There is no question on transformational geometry that CCCJ can answer for Foundation Concepts 3 that is outside of those rules that I gave you. Any question them give you on transformational geometry, you have those rules on paper, those 8 rules on paper. Every one of them, there's no question. No worry about the mix up about them. Sometimes them love talk about flower bed and swimming pool and dog house and them something there, aeroplane and them. No worry about them something there. Read the question, look at your coordinates. If them say reflecting the x-axis, you know what the x-axis new coordinates will be. If them say reflecting the y-axis, you know what the y-coordinates coordinates will be. Right? Don't worry about the rest of the stuff. Just do what you need to do. I am very confident. And my final thing before I'll go through some stuff. Some of the stuff I can draw them. We'll just can draw them and just make up some, just make up some stuff and just draw them and just do it. Yeah, just draw them, see if I can make up some stuff. The final thing before I go, when I said go, I mean before I move into the final topic or finalish topic. But there are two things that I need to do. Is to make a recommendation. Is to make a recommendation. I have an idea already of those students who will pass the exam because of their consistent level of work. What I can't tell you is what grade they will get. One or two of them are working with A's so far, based on their mid-semester and based on their Educasoft piece. They're at not even A minus, you know. Their average is about 90+% so far. I checked Educo and I'm seeing that. Now, you would have to go and do something very crazy in the exam not to pass the course. There are others of you who are struggling to complete the Educasoft pieces. Let me give you a strategy as to how to circumvent failure. Start working on your Educasoft pieces. It gives you about 20% of your final grade. Start working on those. And if you can pick up a minimum of 15 out of the 20 for your Educasoft work, not just homework, you know, you have to complete everything, homework and quiz. If you do about 20, if you get about 20, the 15% out of the 20 for the Educasoft pieces, and say you do one mid-semester already, you never pass a mid-semester. There's another mid-semester that is on its way. Another mid-semester, don't ask me when, but there's another mid-semester that is on its way. It's already on the platform. Just that I don't give it a password yet. But I know why I don't give it a password. Because I'm waiting on those ones who now move to get the work done up, so at least we can improve on the grade you got before. That's why I don't give it to you yet, right? Now, try and pass the second one. Try and pass the second one. And I will say to you, the minimum that you should get on the second one, the minimum that you should get on the second one is about 80%. Because if you can get, say you did the first piece and you got 0, and you do the second piece and got 80%, and divide that by 2, that would make 40%. 40% of 20 is going to be 8. And if you get 15 and 8, that's 23. So you have 23 out of 40 going into the exam. It mark you were failing before. Now you're passing. You have 23 out of 40 now. And you go into the exam, and so you get 50% on the paper. 50% on the exam paper is going to give you 30 out of the 60, because there's a 60-40 course. 30 plus 23 is going to be 53%. You have a C minus. So what it is? A C minus. It means if you buck your toe, you will get a D plus. You don't have anything to play around with. So I'm saying to you, those of you who are failing now, there is still an opportunity for you to at least get a C minus. There's still an opportunity, and I'm depending on you to make good on that opportunity to at least get a C minus. Those of you know who are doing very well, you complete your Editversoft pieces and you have 18 out of the 20, and the mid semester did very well for the first one, and you have so you have out of 10, you have about 8 already. 18 and 8, that's 20, 26. And so you do the other one and you get 5 for argument. That's a 31. So you have 31 out of 40, right? And if you get 50% on the exam, 31 and 50, and 31 and 30, that's a 61. That would be 61, right? And if you get more than 30 and you get 40 out of the 60, that's a 71. And if you get 50 out of the 60, that's a 81, right? So you can pass a course. You can pass a course and pass a course. At least with
Sorry,
a C
the
minus.
second one. Which topic is on the second one?
Which second one?
The second mid semester.
The first part of the course.
Oh, okay.
The graphs?
Yes, ma'am. But as I said before, I gave you the second one first because there were some people in the class at the time that never started the Edinburgh. So you teach a nice one, and we understand enough. There are still students in the class who have not done the first pieces of work on Editversoft. So I'm saying, Lord, if I give them the first one, they're going to fail. Let me give them the second one where I know they are in class now and they are learning it. All right? Anyhow, I'm muting for 2 seconds. I'm going to stop share. Muting for 2 seconds to connect another device. I can just draw 2 things and then dismiss, All right. So we're going to look at some questions. This is not responding so early here, so forgive me. Talking about some transversal lines. Transversal lines. Now, in these transversal lines, there are things that are very common. Can you make that? No, answer me, don't know.
Yes, sir.
Mm-hmm. I don't know why this is not working. All right. I can't get the degree sign, but that's 70 degrees. So if I say to you that angle there measures 70 degrees, that angle measures 70 degrees. What can you tell me about angles on a straight line?
They measure 180 degrees.
Talk truth. Talk truth. So angles on a straight line measure 180 degrees every single time. Every angle coming from a point on a straight line in total is going to measure 180 degrees. Therefore, what is the angle at that point right there? Will it be 70?
No,
No,
sir.
sir. It would be the other one on the other end. I don't remember what you call it. When the two angles are the same. The name there. So you put it on the other end.
Mm-hmm.
So
What is that?
you can start teach me that, you know?
But hello, remember the day when I say you don't want me to go through the supplement first? That's what I asked you to do. So you bring across the point, the very point that I was making. I don't know if it was last week or the week before. I give you the stuff on edit for to read ahead of me so that when I touch the supplement, them, I come never touch them. You're a student in a class. And that's exactly, is it the point I'm making now?
Yes, sir.
No man. All right. So watch me now. Is this, can I annotate on this here? Let me try. Is this piece here, is that angle, you are given this angle here to be 70. Is this other angle here 70 as well?
No, sir.
Why?
Because it is not the same angle, sir.
No, some
What word?
alternative thing. I don't remember, sir.
All right, so guess what? I just got a suggestion a while ago that angles on a straight line are to give 180. Is this a straight line?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Mhm. And this is a point coming from the line. So the angles around this point here is supposed to be 180 degrees. So since this is 70, what angle is supposed to be then?
110.
Very,
110.
very good. So that angle has to be 110. It cannot be any angle less or more. Has to be 110. Sorry, let me not do that. What is this angle right here?
The same, sir, 110.
Okay, I hear in 110. Everybody agree with that 110?
70, sir.
570. 570.
70, sir.
Sir, we don't, I don't know.
Opposite.
All right, okay, all right. So, and that's what I love. I love when I give students work on the platform to do, and I do the work because guess what? If we do not get it right, we don't near get it. Yes, vertically opposite angles are equal. So since this angle here is vertically opposite to this one, that means that angle is also 70. Very good. Sorry, I forget that I found it like that. Duplicate. So that angle is also 70.
Yes, sir.
Mhm. Vertically opposite angles are equal, so that angle is 70. No, what is this angle right here, so?
110.
Because you recognize very good.
110.
What, Claudia, go easy now. You're drinking soup already.
Yes, sir.
Nice, man. I love it, Claudia Boo. Very nice for me. All right. So this is 110. And I'm going to show you why it is 110. Let me just copy it and show you something here. And then ask your question. You see? Someone like it. So me get excited. Love when my teacher and students learn. Not you. You. Come on, don't do that. Here's something. It's just I think not working so well, you know, and I can't bother with it.
Sir,
Yes, Papa.
sir, something like truth parallel or something to each other or something like that.
All right. So I know you're doing some work on Edico software. Soon come to that, Pops. You are hinting onto something. All right. So this angle is vertically opposite to this angle. So these two angles here must be the same. Similarly,
Yes, sir.
this angle is vertically opposite to this angle. So these two angles must be the same. Now, when I asked the question earlier, and somebody said 110, it couldn't be because this is a straight line. That means the sum of these two angles here cannot be greater than 180. So if this were 110, that means this has to be 70 because any angle on any given straight line has to be 180. Let us check. This 110.
Sir, I just totally ignore the other two lines. Them, you know.
Oh, okay. That's the way you say no. Yeah. These two angles add up to give you 180. And these two angles add up to give 180. Let me ask you a question. Let me ask you a question. Let's see if I can put it like this. The tablet not writing, so let me just if I can use a mouse and get All right. I don't know if you can see that green spot. Angles at a point have to give what? What is a complete revolution?
360 degrees.
360.
Very good. A complete revolution measures 360 degrees. You see? Now, so a complete revolution measures 360 degrees, which could also be termed as an angle at a point. You see this point right here, so? So the angle at that point is going to give that complete revolution. It measures 360 degrees. Every angle, every set of angles at a point that gives you a complete revolution measures 360 degrees. Every single one of them. Are you okay so far with that?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
All right, so Kevon, my son, asked me a question earlier. And these properties only occur when you have a set of parallel lines cut by a transversal. So parallel lines are lines that never meet. They run in the same direction. All right? So they are parallel lines, and those parallel lines are cut by either one transversal line or two transversal lines or more transversal lines. So we could look at these two lines here. That line is parallel to this line. So we could use those as our parallel lines, and we could use these as our transversal lines. Or we could use these as our transverse or parallel lines and use these as our transversal line because we have two sets of parallel lines. All right? So the properties here that we're talking about occur when we have parallel lines cut by transversal lines. Are you with me?
Yes, sir.
All right. I'm giving you an opportunity, the rest of you. To look back at what I just did, those three things that I typed, and look at what I did right there, and see if you can figure out. Just try to put it to long-term memory, not figure out.
Oh, sorry. You know, somebody that read up and do this side for education.
Very nice.
Yes.
Yeah, supporting the point that Racine was making earlier in class about 2 weeks ago. All right, so all right, so now we now have something that are called corresponding angles. We have something that are called corresponding angles. What are corresponding angles?
Sir, when I don't know if it's right, however, but based off of this, is it when the line, the angle is the same at one end, remember, I don't know how to say it. So, like, say for instance, you have that 70 at that corner, right?
Mhm,
The,
mhm.
the angle opposite the 110 on the end would be 70. Is that it?
Which one? This one right here, sir?
Yes, sir. Or any of them four corners.
Mm-mm. Tell me which one.
That one with the most point right there.
Okay.
Or something like some, remember.
Very close, but
Sir, did you say corresponding angle?
yes, Papa.
Oh.
Very close racing. I know you have passed this up quite a while now on Edico. So maybe that's why not
Sir, you can say when a transversal lines bisect two parallel lines, two parallel lines.
okay. Tell me where give me an example. Support that definition by an example. Look at the board. Which line is going to be, which angle is going to be corresponding to 70? Where is that 70 going to be? As a
Sir, I don't
corresponding
want
angle?
below the
At the
110.
bottom.
Right, the one
I want
below the bottom.
110. Yes, sir. That is it right
Which one?
there.
This one?
No, sir. The other one above it. Right there,
Alright,
sir.
Very
Yes.
good. Very good. No racing. Very good racing.
Sir.
At first, you were saying down here, sir, right?
Yeah, but we get
But it's
it
going to
now,
be
right?
here.
Because
Right.
there's so would that be 110 and then it wouldn't
Very good.
measure up.
Very good. Thank you, Claudia. You just said something that trigger off Racine's memory. So when we talk about corresponding angles, these are when
Oh, sir, that money don't remember too.
right.
Yeah.
Very good. Two angles in the same position with respect to the transversal line. With respect to the transversal line. But on a different line. Sure. All right. Just trying to make some way here for the so-called notes that I'm giving. All right, so the corresponding angles, two different angles in the same position. You see this double RT, when you move to higher maths, most of you are School of Business students and you will have to do some calculus. Double RT is with respect to, you will learn about it when you're doing differentiation. For those of you who are social work or library students, or you may not do, you won't be doing any calculus stuff, so you may not know, be familiar with that terminology, but double RT is with respect to. So corresponding angles, changing position. Ouch, corresponding angles. two angles in a different position with respect to transversal, but on a different line. So that's 70. Copy, duplicate, highlight. Is going to be right here. So if you look at it, you recognize that they're in the same position of the transversal, but on a different line. Talk through.
Yes, sir. Exactly.
Mhm. Yeah, man. So I know, Claudie, based on what you were saying, I know that's exactly what it is that you're coming up with, right? And
Yes,
that's
sir.
what it is. So if you never did put it exactly like how me have it written here, but put it in your own words, you get full marks, full 100. All right. So there's another law that I need to give you. I will show you how I do it to remember it. What do you? Okay, let me answer the question. Let me answer the question a different way. I have several questions to ask you on this. What is the measure of this angle that I have right here? So with a spotlight.
Same 70, sir.
Why? Very good, but why? Reason. Come vertically opposite. See.
Yeah, vertically opposite.
Sir.
All right. What is this angle? What is this answer here?
110.
110.
Reason.
Angles on a straight line measure 180 degrees.
Very good. Or
Mhm.
what else could you use?
Corresponding.
Very good. Wow. Excellent. Very good. So you could use, so if you Claudia said to me, angles on a straight line, this is 110 degrees, sir, because angles on a straight line is 180. But somebody else said that it is corresponding to this angle. You're perfectly right. What I didn't do here is label the lines like A, B, C, D, support, and so on, because I am not really there to go and confuse you with that just yet. What I want to do is just to show you the different points and to give you the little word up, and write up as I'm doing right here. But that's very good though. That's excellent. Excellent. Excellent, because you can recognize that you can use one way to work it out and you can use another way to confirm what you work out if it is correct. Right? So angles on a straight line at 180 degrees. How you know that, sir? Because if this angle here is 70, that means this angle here has to be 110. Because
Right.
angles on a straight line at 180. And then somebody may say, no, that's not correct, because this 110 is corresponding to this 110. I know the same reason is, or sir? Yeah, man, very good. So I can give you two reasons for that. Normally, when you get a question like this, the question comes for like 2 marks apiece. 1 mark is to give the correct degree value, and the other mark is to give the reason. So you will see, and I should have enough time to do a past paper question on it, so I can show you exactly what it is. So sometimes you get a question and 2 people may get, or 3 people may get the full marks for it, but 3 of them put 3 different reasons, because all of those reasons are correct. All right, think of it this way. You can get home. Some people can get home by driving Mandela. Some people can get home by driving Portmore Toll. When I say Mandela, some people can get home by driving Mandela and go through Portmore by the stoplight. Some people can drive home by going Toll Booth. Right. Some people can drive home by going on the Spanish Town bypass and take Dumbo Hole in Talk Truth.
True, sir.
Yeah,
And
man,
some
and them-
persons can go Greendale side.
and some people can go Greendale side. But guess what? Yes, one route may be longer than the other. It no matter, because if one route block, you have to go do the other route. But you still end up at the same spot, which is what we're talking about here. Very, very, very good. Excellent, excellent. Now, there is what do you know about what are you seeing now? Let me not answer that question just yet. What angle is inside here? What right where the cursor is? What angle do you think is going to be there? And tell me the reason.
110, sir.
110.
Very good. And the reason?
Because the 70 and the 110 would make 180. And it is corresponding with the other
Very
110.
good. Very good. Excellent. Excellent. Oh, little knowledge, man. Blow. You're supposed to can go where when they talk about the angles are corresponding. Well, I'm sitting corresponding to where you are sitting. You might say, huh? You might say, but wait. No man, she'll go to school and she'll show up away. Very nice. Excellent. Very nice. I really, 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 really love it. You guys are learning. Very nice. All right, now. Now, these two, okay, so this is 110. What do you recognize the sum of these two numbers? All right, let me show you this one since the values are in here. What do you recognize with the sum of these two numbers?
Add up to 180.
180.
Yeah. So we're gonna call it, we don't want to use another slide, you know, because I want everything to just be on this one. So, you know, I can spell right to say no, but I can't see something blocking my screen. All right, hold on, let me just try it up a little bit. Something don't look like it's spelled right. Yeah, man, supplementary no spell right at all. Edit. Lementary. All right. Oh, something spell right again. God, it's supposed to be speed. So consecutive interior angles are supplementary. Consecutive interior angles are supplementary. Look what I mean by that. These are interior angles, talk truth.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Yes,
And
sir.
they are consecutive because consecutive means one after the other. So after this point, there is no other point but this one. Don't.
Yes, sir.
So they are equal. So consecutive interior angles are equal. So them equal. You know, one of the things that I normally, how I used to teach it is tell the students, you say once you can form one C for consecutive, look, bam, 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 bam. If I form a C without lifting, this C means that the angles are going to be supplementary. I know that the supplementary angles what? What do you know about supplementary angles?
Equals to 180.
180.
What am I telling you, see? If one of the things that una go put me with one little work, one have a sad mistake here, because when I answer all of the correct answers then. And I love it. All right, let me just put it inside here. So because I'm trying to edit. Very nice. Very, very nice. SU supplementary angles add up to. You know, I shouldn't do that, you know. All right, let me put that. Let me put it there like that because I will take it out and put it in another one because there's another thing that I have to. Can I just cut it like that? All right. And then I'm going to put this here. There's a reason I'm doing this because I've been asked another question and I want you to answer me. All right, so if supplementary angles add up to 180, what are complementary angles?
90.
Huh?
90.
90, very good. Complementary angles add up to 90. I may just put all these definitions on a, let me see if I can put this up top and see if it clear up the thing up. No, I don't have much space left. I'm gonna put
So
this
that again about supplementary.
supplementary angles add up to 180 and complementary angles add up to 90 degrees. Right, so once the angles are supplementary angles add up to 180, complementary angles add up to 90 degrees. Get me?
Yes, sir.
All of these pieces are wasted sections, and I can put more definitions there. All right, so I can carry this up more now. Good. I can carry this down somewhat.
So which one of them you say is 90?
So complementary.
Supplementary.
Complementary.
So why you
Then
have
it
it on that up to 180?
Supplementary.
No, because I was typing
Copying.
over something. I didn't finish it. I was typing over something. I just copied this one into this, and I was typing it over. So see it there now. Thanks. I was typing over and then I wasn't finished because I wanted to fix up this thing properly.
So sir, the complementary angle is any angle that sums up to the remaining balance as 180 degrees?
No. So in I think in foundation concept 2, we were introduced to both supplementary and complementary. But I asked the complementary because I was looking at the supplementary angle and I wanted to see if you had that added knowledge. In a question like this, you may not get you may not get a question, 2 angles here adding up to give you a complementary. But no, the point is, once you add up 2 sets of angles, and the angles, if I say to you that one angle is complementary to the other angle, it means that the sum of both angles measure 90 degrees. If I say that the sum of angles are supplementary, it means that the sum of those angles must be 180 degrees. So just like how, and I'm going to touch on this. This is going to be, I have 2 small topics left for you. And this one I'm going to touch on. So let me just touch on here. So now. So anybody knows what an acute angle is?
Yes, sir. I think the measure less than 90.
Talk true. Yeah, man. An acute angle is an angle that measures less than 90. So here, how I can use the word acute. And I don't want to say it too loud because I suffer from it. And I don't want you to hear me, but I'm going to whisper it. I have an acute headache. So you see, all the mathematics can be intertwined with the English language. You saying that you have an acute headache mean that you have a what?
A slight headache.
A slight headache, yeah. It's an acute angle, small angle. It's a slight headache. So just like I said, but you can use your math terms in it, whatever it is. Yeah. So it's small. So it's a small angle. So we soon come to those angle business. Matter of fact, I should be able to share that document with you because I know I have that other document. There are 3 documents I wanted to share. The circle theorem, and I don't know if I can put hands on, but I know I can put hands on the construction document that I can share with you today because I saw it pretty recently. when I was looking for something. So I can go back to that and share that one today with you, just following this class. But yeah, man, so that's what it is. So you can use these rules to get any angle at all that you need. Any angle at all that you need. Let me ask you a question to see if you guys can transfer that knowledge. What angle do you think goes here?
70, sir.
Excellent. Excellent. And I'm going to ask you now, why 70? Why 70?
The corresponding angle.
It's corresponding to which angle? This angle here, you can't just say corresponding, no. I've got to tell me corresponding to which. So it's corresponding to this angle, don't?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Very good. And you know what is also true?
It is
This angle is also vertically up. Huh?
right.
Vertically opposite.
Vertically
Very good. It is
opposite.
also vertically opposite to it. Excellent. So you see, you just need to get one angle and you can fill up the whole of the stuff and talk through it.
Yes, sir.
Because if this is 70, that means this is 70 down.
Right.
It's a 110 down.
Right.
This is a 110.
Right.
This is 70.
Yeah.
This is a 110 because
sir.
this is vertically opposite. So you can fill up all the angles in here. Just using all of these, because something you ever have, you can get all of those angles. No, you tell me, was this topic hard? Because I done it, you know. We
No,
done it.
sir.
No,
No, sir.
You know hard. But I finished the topic, but so that I can be, you know, a teacher love to give you questions. And the questions that I'm giving you are incidentally past paper questions. So when Racine was asking just now, the questions that I gave you on the distant time graph, they were actually past paper questions that I snapped. But I wanted to show her on a full exam paper, but I wasn't finding the full exam paper. So they were past paper questions. So you will, if you get the past paper questions, Racine and others, the questions that I gave you, the 2 questions that I gave you on distant time graph, they're actually past paper questions. When I said to you that I was going to generate something, it means that I was going to change some values. And you notice this, the wording up is the same. I was just going to change the values when I said I was going to generate. But yeah,
Yes,
those
sir.
were past paper questions. So let me see if I can snap another past paper question for you.
Question.
Go ahead.
Based on what I did on the EducaSoft, right?
Yes, love.
What happens when the line is not it's not equal? Say for instance, one angle is acute, but the opposite angle is what you call the next word, you know? Remember. But it's not the same size.
All right. Are you talking about lines, transversal lines, or are you talking about a
Yes.
different property?
Yes, when you have the parallel lines not being equally straight.
No, man.
It's a transversal.
That means you must have a pair of parallel lines. In order for you to use the laws, the properties that I just did a while ago, you must be given a pair of parallel lines. You will have to be given
nothing missing. If it's not straight. Like say for instance, the bottom one is straight and the other one is going upwards.
All right, you hold on 1 minute. You hold on 1 minute. All right, let me just.
Maybe she's talking about a right angle.
I'm wondering, which is why I asked her if it was on a transversal, because, hold on 1 minute. Why am I not finding? All right, let me go back to,
When we were talking about the corresponding angles, right? And we said that it has to be on the same side, opposite something. Word that we understand what I'm saying, right? But the sides are the same. What happens when the sides are not the same in size? You know, the size. I don't know if it is so.
all right, I'll come into you, my dearest. I am going to.
So is obtuse angle measure up to 120?
No man, an obtuse
So
angle.
the angles they measure up to 120.
Okay, so that means it's not transversally talking about. You're talking about properties of the triangle, right? So an acute angle now is an angle that measures less than 90 degrees. An angle that measures 90 degrees is exactly a right angle triangle. An angle that measures between 90 and 180 is an
obtuse
angle, and an angle that
Yes, sir.
measures between
What
180 and 360 is called it's a reflex.
Yes, sir. That's what I'm saying. One, you have the opposite being obtuse and one being acute.
It must add up to the
Is the same principle applies?
I'm afraid to answer because I'm not following what it is that I'm asking. Can you draw it on paper and put it in a WhatsApp group so I can project it, please, so I know exactly what you're talking about?
Okay, so give me a minute.
Yeah, man. I don't want to answer you and then it's not like you're saying and then I go throw you off and throw out the class.
So you can continue in the meantime because the phone is lock up for me.
Yeah, man. I'm doing that actually. I'm just trying to. I'm just trying to copy something here, but it seems like it want to play with me. So we're gonna see who's going to win in this game. And let's see who will win. I bet it not copy here. So is nope, it's not going to copy. I think I may have to. Let me stop share. And oh Lord, come on. Can't have enough time. All right, you know what? I don't have enough time, so let me just project this and have you do it, and then I'll see if I can copy it a little later on and send it off to you. Let me share. I'm sharing something for 7 marks. This is a past paper question. Sharing something for 7 marks. Take your time and do that one for me, please.
Sir?
Yes, Papa.
There are 20 it.
Sir, I think I get it, but I don't know if it right.
All right. Tell me, all right. So let me go through. So Kevon, let me. Oh, I have more people coming out now because I was down to 9 students a while ago. All right.
Sir, I sent the picture here.
You sent it in the WhatsApp to me?
Yes, to
All right.
WhatsApp.
All right. No problem. All right, Kevon, what you got for one? One is what?
26.
Sir, 26, sir.
All right, correct. And if one is 26, what is 3?
Sir, 26.
26.
What is 2?
26.
What is 2?
154.
What is 4?
26.
What is
26.
Sir,
7?
26.
What is 7?
26.
Sir, 150.
What is 7?
26.
No, sir, we
26.
get a mistake, right, sir.
Right. What is 5?
154.
154, sir.
And what is 6?
154.
No, talk truth. When you're not supposed to get 7 out of 7 for this.
Of course,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Of course.
All right. All right. I saw me want my class for run.
Sir, just
can
one
I-
little mistake, but you make, but my correct it still.
yeah, but guess what? I'll one little mistake there. I'll go make you get one A minus instead of one A. All right.
Yes,
That's
sir,
all that-
I'm
that's-
make it again, man.
Please and thank you, Papa. That's all that there is to it, you know. There's nothing more to it, and that's why I said to you, little topics that are left. The little topics that are left. I know you guys can manage it. All right, I have 5 minutes. Let me just. This was too so. Let me see. I should have another question. I should have another question. I saw it earlier on today. Found it. Never give 7 minutes. It's another 7 marker. Never give 7 minutes. Hold on there. Hold on. Share screen. Seven minutes. On the mark, gets it go.
Sir, 80.
And there's a block.
Oh, you're not
Something
seeing it?
blocking the screen, sir. Yes, sir.
Seen it now?
But sorry, this not finished already, man.
Sir.
Are you seeing the screen now, or it's still blocking?
Seen it now, sir.
Okay. Yes, racing. It done already. Don't racing.
Yes.
Long time.
All right. What is A?
8.
Sir, 80.
No.
80, sir.
100, sir.
100.
Sir. It's
Oh,
opposite.
100.
100.
Oh.
E
So you
is
know
80.
Oh,
Kevon,
yeah.
you promised me, say no more mistakes, you know. But you know that I just made a boo-boo a while ago, you know. Me, I
No,
just said
sir,
that-
I told me get confused with the top one a while ago. Never realized that yet.
Oh, all right. Do me a favor. I just made a boo-boo a while ago because you were just giving me the answers alone, but I need to hear the reason as well because it says what it says. Oh. Okay. But sometimes I'm asking you to give the reason, so I want to hear the reason too. So A is 100 because
Vertically opposite.
Vertically
Very good.
opposite.
B equals
80.
what reason?
Number on a straight line.
Sir,
Angles on a
number on the
straight line.
straight line order for
Angles
180.
on a straight line. Good. What is C?
100.
100.
Corresponding angle.
Corresponding angle.
Corresponding angle.
Corresponding to A to 100 up top. And what is D?
80.
Good job.
80.
What is F?
100.
Very good. What is G?
80.
80.
What is E?
80.
Good job.
80.
No, don't on the bright. When I get the 7 marks. I'm not doing no more.
Yes,
me
sir.
just
That
go
one
back.
the up.
You know, sir.
Let me just look at what Racine sent, so I can just address it in the class since you asked it in the class. Remember now, my opinion down, as much as so teacher post note and then in order to work, it has nothing to do with my level of life. A good one for me. And if the man get it, you know, cure. I tell you now, it's at the end of the day when I walk across the stage, it's gonna be a proud moment. I had a student once who, very nice student, coming from very humble beginnings. And when she applied for, what do you call it now, scholarship, a department scholarship, she don't know if she get it, you know. But all the awardees, all the applicants, I'm sorry, all the applicants were told to come to the awards function. And nobody knows who got the award. You see, when this little pitney, bright little pitney, you know, when her name was called and she run up on the stage to go greet the principal, she just collapsed. She glad because now she knows about she can come to school for the following year and not have to pay no money because she get a full scholarship for the following year. And I'm saying you too can do that. Just take the work seriously, no man. I mean, I had the pleasure of teaching her pre-calculus, right? Just do what you're supposed to do. That's what I'm here for. I'm not here to be liked. When I don't finish a course and they can't see me, I don't call to me, you know. And I don't feel no way about it. But for now, we really want to pass the course, man. That's all I really want to do. Let me look at this. All right. Racing, that will not be a transversal question because I don't have a pair of parallel lines in it. And the rules for transversal will have to include a pair of parallel lines. If the lines are not parallel, I can't use the whole business of vertically opposite angles, corresponding angles, angles on a straight line. That don't work. Hear me? Hear me?
Yes, sir. So this is the whole different
That's a whole different something. So you have to go find this question now. Where it coming to so we can respond to it appropriately because this is a whole different ball game.
Okay, sir.
Yeah, man. So find it and then we could talk about it. All right. So I am wrapping up. If I were to confess something with you now, students, this has been one of the best classes I've had with you for the semester. And best because you guys were doing the work on Edico and able to respond to me. Some of you never get it fully, but while we're going through the stuff, you got it. I mean, these 7 marks, if them give something like this for 7 marks, is an easy 1, 2, 3, easy breeze over. And for this, I'm very happy. I congratulate you.
Sir,
Go ahead.
So they might give it, right?
I would hope. I would honestly hope. I would honestly hope. There's nothing that I teach you that shouldn't come, that should not be on the paper. You know? Everything that I teach you should come on the paper. You know? So I'm expecting it to come. So in answering the question, remember, you know, the setup of the exam is totally out of my ambit. What is within my ambit is what I teach you. And what I'm teaching you are things that are on the syllabus. I have 2 small areas to look at. Construction and so you need to get geometry set. Construction and you know what, let me talk to you about that. No, construction and the circle theorem. The circle theorem is just like what I had that conversation with you a while ago. The circle theorem can be done in, I don't need 4 hours with you. I don't need 4 hours for what is left for me to finish off the syllabus. I don't need 4 hours. Let me work out something with you now because next week, Saturday is the 19th. And the honest truth is, I am going to be unavailable for that Saturday. But I don't want not to give up those you know, those hours. Let me ask you, is there any lecturer that is already finished with the syllabus that you don't have a class in the week? You can let me know which day of the week you're free so I can just put in a class to substitute for Saturday coming.
Yes, sir.
Which class? Which day?
Friday.
And marketing is finished on Tuesday and Thursday. And communication also.
All right. I won't be able to meet on a Friday because I have a calculus class on a Friday. I have a class Friday, Saturday. But any other day in the week, I should be able to meet with you. So you said Tuesday?
On the
Tuesday or Thursday.
Tuesday or Thursday. I could do a Thursday, Friday class. Thursday, Friday could work out for me. All right, do me a favor. I want as many of you as possible to just talk about the class in the WhatsApp group, you know, so that people are aware of it, because what I don't want to happen is people to say that Mr. Shan went ahead and changed the time. But I guess you guys would understand that it is summer now, and you know the teacher can need a little day for us rest and relaxation, talk truth.
We understand, sir.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man.
Yes.
And the truth of the matter is I have been at all the classes, don't?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, man.
Yes,
So
sir.
it's just a little day that I want to just kind of rest and relax. I mean, I could meet, but it means that I'm going to eat up a good portion of the day because class finished 12:30. So I just want to get a little bit of rejuvenation. You remember your exam is going to be later on in the month of August. I will be available after the 19th, one of these days, because I know your exams will start. One of these days after the 19th, I'm going to say to you, come, I am ready for I won't go 4 hours. I can do between an hour and a half to 2 hours, just pass people questions. I will just catch up on some questions. I will just work some questions in preparation for your exam.
Yes,
that's what I
sir.
will do for you. Yeah, man.
Yes, sir. We'll go with that.
Sure, that's good.
Yeah, man. So even though I am going to take next week Saturday, I'm going to give it back to you in many folds. So you will be fine. I'm not worried about you. My final request on this happy note in ending class. I would love for you to start having that conversation in the WhatsApp group leading up to the Thursday, next week Thursday, so that people can know that, boy, sir, we'll meet to do it Thursday, so we can have one little session. And in addition to that, for those of you who are having difficulties just understanding EDUCAU or even getting the drive to finish EDUCAU, I want to talk to the students in the class now. I want to ask for help. I'm not talking about asking for help to do the work, because those who already complete the work, them going to get double knowledge and you're not going to get any. So I'm saying I don't want anybody to go there and ask anybody to do the work on EDUCAU stuff for them, because it's not going to help you. It's not going to help you. What I want you to do is, if you're not understanding something, call upon someone in the class and say, here the plan. I'm doing this on EDUCAU, I'm not understanding. How do I do this? And I'm going to encourage you, if somebody reaches out to you like that, help them. You know why? Because it will only reinforce what you have learned so that others can finish off. It's just a few more of you who need to start off. I'm sympathizing with you. I'm also waiting for people to reach out to me, and nobody's reaching out to me to make me know exactly what is happening. One person said something, but it's just a promise. But that promise has been on for like about a month ago. And it's the mother saying to say, I promise is a comfort to a fool. But it's because I know I'm far from being a fool, I'm not going to internalize that. But please, only just work on do something, man. Only can pass the course, Only can pass the course, man. I want them to pass the course. Please. Just do this something.
That's the aim.
Yeah, man. Do this something, pass the course, and then when we don't know, we can go Gloria gonna name 2 fish. Sit down and laugh and talk about the online class. Because I'm sure someone will pass in the road and don't even know some session. And so would I pass some of you on the road and only don't know. Final something. So just like me teaching you guys, I had a group of business calculus students.
So we can miss that peak in the head top.
Go away and leave me alone. Go right away and leave me alone. Sure. So one day, my wife and I were in the supermarket shopping, and we were shopping and a lot of people in the lines. And then she said something to me, and I answered. And a lady in the line said, Mr. Shan? And I turned around and said, who that call me? And the voice can't hide. And let me tell you, it's about 4 young ladies coming on. So of course my wife stood up and was looking and said, And of course them see me and them run, come hug me up. And I was like, okay, so I was like that. And then now I am looking at them, don't have a clue who they are until they start talking. I say, oh, Racine. Yes, Claudia, that's you. Because just like when you know my voice, I know your voices. So it's when they start, and I say, yes, man. So she said, are your students them done? They say, yeah. She said, why you common? My wife is very out of order. She calls me very common because everywhere I go, I walk into a student. But if you're teaching for 20 plus years, you must have a lot of students around town.
Of course, well known, sir.
Yeah, and she always said, she said, I don't care. You come on. I mean, we're overseas already, and students come hug me up right in front of her, sir. I was like, that's my wife. She said, yes, hi, wife. How are you doing, Mr. Shanda? Are you okay? Yeah. I said, that was my son. So we are telling me that for you come next salt and cell phone, you come and everywhere we go, anywhere at all we go in the world, I must find somebody before we leave that I know. But the point I'm making though is those ladies, all big ladies, you know, when I say big ladies, I'm not talking about in body side. I'm talking about mature persons who came to school and did very well. And you know what? It was after their exams and they came to the supermarket to buy food stuff because they were going to, I think it was Hope Gardens, to just sit down and have a day of rest and relaxation. And I'm saying to you, when I pass my course, we can plan so we're going to go to Glory or go to Devon's or Devon House or Hope Garden and sit down and we just eat and laugh and chat, and when you can tell me how much we did miserable for the course, and then we can say, well, when I pass in the course and we can move on. We can have fun, but when it's time for work, it's time for work. All right? So make me proud. I'm believing in all of you. I'm not giving up on anybody. I'm believing in all of you to do very well. Big up on a good self. Later.
Okay,
Bye,
sir.
sir.
Bye-bye, honey. So take care. Take care, sons. Cool.